It's 7:30 a.m., and inside one of the most powerful buildings in the world, a woman begins her day in silence. No noise, no phone, no scrolling, just calm. On a silver tray, Earl Grey tea, no sugar, 2 biscuits, a red leather box filled with state documents, and an ancient rhythm that guided her for 70 years. Every day began the same way, no matter what headlines screamed outside those palace gates. Why? Because she knew something most of us forget. Discipline isn't control, it's clarity. When Queen Elizabeth II was crowned at just 25, she inherited more than a throne. She inherited chaos. The empire was crumbling. The economy was unstable. And she had to hold it all together. Most people would crumble, but she didn't, because she had trained herself for years to master one thing: her mornings. Her father, King George VI, used to tell her, "The day you control your morning, you control your kingdom." And she lived that truth, quietly, relentlessly. Lesson 1. Start small, rule big. Students and entrepreneurs fail not because they lack talent, but because they expect transformation to look dramatic. The truth? It starts with a cup of tea, with showing up early, with doing one thing right every single day. The Queen's morning was predictable, but that's why her reign wasn't chaotic. Small habits build strong empires. Workable solution. Choose one habit that sets your tone: reading, prayer, or exercise. Commit to it for 90 days, no excuses. Discipline grows in repetition, not in motivation. Remember, transformation doesn't arrive with a trumpet. It whispers through consistency. Behind the diamonds and ceremonies was a woman drowning in responsibility. 15 prime ministers, hundreds of global crises, and a nation that demanded stability, even when she felt uncertain herself. But every morning, she returned to her rituals: prayer, reading, reflection, service, because routine became her armor. And in those quiet hours, she rebuilt her strength every single day. For the Queen, mornings were sacred, not just for work, but for stillness. Stillness is power. In a noisy world, stillness lets you listen to your values, your purpose, your higher calling. Workable solution. Before you check your phone, spend 10 minutes in silence. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be today? What one thing can I do better than yesterday? That's how leadership is built, not in public, but in private mornings. Lesson 2. Duty over emotion. She never allowed emotion to erase responsibility. Even when her family faced scandals, even when she was grieving, even when her critics were loud. Every morning, she opened her red box, filled with reports, policies, and problems, and got to work. That's emotional discipline. Doing what must be done, not what you feel like doing. Workable solution. Replace "I'll try" with "I will." Keep one non-negotiable duty daily. Something that moves your dream forward, no matter your mood. Because the difference between professionals and amateurs is that professionals show up, even when they don't feel like it. During the darkest moments, from Diana's death to the COVID lockdown, her calm became the nation's anchor. She didn't panic. She didn't shout. She spoke slowly, firmly, compassionately, and people listened because calmness commands attention. Workable solution. When everything feels like it's falling apart, control your breathing, not the outcome. When you calm your mind, you regain your power. Confidence can be faked, but calmness, that's earned, one breath at a time. Lesson 3. Serve before you shine. Discipline is also service, doing your best when no one's clapping. Students who volunteer, entrepreneurs who mentor others. That's where real strength grows. The Queen believed, the measure of a leader is how well they serve those who cannot repay them. So serve, give, build others, and in giving, you'll rebuild yourself. Workable solution. Start one act of service weekly. Teach, help, or mentor. The reward is not applause. It's growth. When you make service your foundation, success becomes a side effect. Every morning walk wasn't just exercise, it was reflection. She reviewed her decisions, her words, her impact. Reflection is how you turn experience into wisdom. Without reflection, success feels empty. Workable solution. Before you end your morning, write down one mistake, one lesson, and one gratitude. Do it daily, and you'll never stop growing. The greatest leaders don't chase perfection, they chase awareness. Lesson 4. Build legacy, not image. In an age of selfies and headlines, she focused on one thing: legacy. Her face became a symbol not of perfection, but of persistence. You don't need fame to have legacy. You just need consistency. Workable solution. Ask yourself daily, am I chasing attention or impact? Because image fades, but integrity endures. In her last months, frail but unbroken, she still followed her morning ritual. Tea, papers, prayer, until the very end. That's the power of discipline. It outlives the body. For 70 years, she didn't just rule a kingdom. She ruled herself. And that's the secret of greatness. So if you're watching this, feeling lost, unmotivated, or behind, remember, you don't need a crown to have discipline. You just need to start with your morning. Because when you win your morning, you win your kingdom. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Queen Elizabeth II, she showed the world that grace can be power, and power can be quiet. And that sometimes the most disciplined person is the one who never stopped showing up, even when no one was watching. Keep moving forward with Forward Movement 247, where comebacks begin. Subscribe, like, share, and drop your comment on what you've learned from Queen Elizabeth II's success routines.